Welcome to the Blogger Genius Podcast, brought to you by MiloTree. Here's your host, Jillian Leslie.
Hello, my friends. Welcome back to the Blogger Genius Podcast. I'm your host, Jillian Leslie. I'm a blogger, serial entrepreneur. I build businesses with my husband, David. We started in 2009 with Catch My Party, which is still going strong. You can check it out. Then we built our MiloTree pop-up app to help you guys grow your social media followers and email subscribers. And now we've launched MiloTreeCart, the easiest way for you to sell digital products to your audience. So we are back from Las Vegas for Thanksgiving. As you can hear, I am nursing a little cold. We did our Black Friday special. It was wonderful. I'm super excited for all of you who purchased. In fact, I just got these messages. Christy wrote, I made almost $400 with my workshop, and now I'm going to put up the replay and keep selling. And Betsy wrote, oh my God, Jillian, this product is so easy. 20 minutes start to finish. I'm so excited. Well, I get so excited hearing from you and hearing about your successes. If you are a blogger listening to this, I recommend you check out MiloTreeCart so that you can start selling what you know to your people. We sell a lifetime deal. You pay us once, never again, for $349. And there is zero risk because we offer you a 30-day, no questions asked, money back guarantee. Now, I have to admit, nobody has asked for their money back yet, but I'm happy to do that because I only want you to pay for it if you love it. Also, we are there to walk you through the entire process, and we give you a library of materials to help you come up with ideas for products, create your products, and sell your products. Think about us as just members of your team rooting you on and helping you succeed. So go check it out, MiloTreeCart.com. If you have any questions, I'd love to hear from you. For today's episode, I have Amanda DeNovo on the podcast. She's the blogger behind Manda Panda Project. She's a crafter. What we are talking about is how she built both her membership and her subscription business, and she did it in the way that I think is so powerful, which is organically and down and dirty. If you have the thought in the back of your mind, I want to start a membership, definitely listen to this episode, steal Amanda's strategy. And you can use MiloTreeCart to get your membership up in 10 minutes. But without further delay, here is my interview with Amanda DeNovo. Amanda, welcome to the Blogger Genius Podcast.
Thank you so much, Jillian. I'm so excited to be here.
So we met because I was doing a Instagram live talking about MiloTreeCart. I think it was like the day before I was doing my paid workshop, and you popped into my live and I was saying, does anybody have a membership? And you said, I do. And I said, ooh, you said it's a crafting membership. I thought that was cool. And then I said, here, email me because I'd love to interview you on my podcast. So here you are.
Here I am. Yep.
So Amanda, you are a crafter.
I'm a crafter, yes.
I'd love to know how you got started with your blog and your business as a crafter.
Yeah. Well, this is like a really full circle moment for me because I actually started an Etsy store in 2019. I have twin boys and I used to do all their parties, like hand making all their decorations for these big parties. And everyone was like, you should really start an Etsy store. Oh my gosh, I can't believe you made this. And so bored at my corporate job, I'm like, I'm going to start an Etsy store. And that's how I came across you, was from Catch My Party, because I was like, maybe I can do party planning. And it really started there. And I just dived into like everything online business, and my Etsy store like morphed into a blog. I'm like, okay, I could put my stuff up on a blog. So I started a blog.
Okay. So wait, what were you selling, and are you still selling in your Etsy shop?
I was selling handmade party decorations.
Like what?
And I still like banners, cake toppers, like photo booths, little gift favor bags. They were all like personalized for like whatever their theme was.
And these are printables? Like I would go print these myself, or you would ship them to me?
handmade.
So you're printing them, decorating them, and shipping them to me?
Yeah. I
Okay.
really quickly learned that was not scalable.
Okay. Okay.
And I actually started to hate it. I was like making the same things over and over. I was like, oh my goodness. So that's when I discovered blogging. I was like, I can make different things.
Can I pause you there for a second?
Yeah.
You are now, I just was interviewing somebody else about Etsy shop. No, actually two other people about their Etsy shops. And they said the same thing, which is when you have to make something over and over again, you can get burnt out.
Yes. Absolutely. I didn't want to do it anymore. Like if I saw another YouTube banner, I was like,
Okay.
and I just wanted to make more things. I wanted to do more. I didn't want to get an order and then be like, oh, you have to make this. It was no longer inspired to do it. I no longer felt motivated. It became a task.
Is it also like in most e-commerce businesses, you have certain items that are selling the most? So let's say you're selling 20 items. You're not making 20 items over and over again. It's like maybe your top 2 items are getting the most purchases. So you're making certain specific things over and over again, whereas people aren't necessarily buying 18 other items. They're typically buying like those top 2 items.
Yep, 100%. That was it. Like my YouTube theme was like I just found that theme, and everything on Etsy was all printables. And I was handmaking, and there are people who don't want to print it on their own. They want somebody to make it for them. And I was like one of the only people on Etsy that was making them. And so that theme was like so popular. And that was pretty much the majority of my Etsy shop.
So people wanted to throw YouTube parties, like YouTube themed
Yeah.
parties. Oh, that's
Yep.
funny. Okay. So those were the items. And then you're like, I'm so sick of this.
That was my big seller. Yeah.
Okay. So this is now, so you started in, you said 2018.
19.
And then at what point did you go, I'm getting burnt out on YouTube?
I was burnt out probably after like 6 months, but I immediately I was like looking at how to grow my Etsy store, and I immediately like jumped in and like started spreading my wings like into blogging. Like by January of 2020, I started my actual website, and I started the Etsy store in August of 2019. So like 4 months, whatever, however many months that is, I started my website.
Okay.
And then in March of 2020, I enrolled in Elite Blog Academy.
Okay.
Because I was like, and I hated my corporate job. I still do. My last day's tomorrow, but I didn't want to do that forever. And this was like found something, So I was desperate to like make it work and find a way to love it and serve other people while making money at the same time.
Okay. Let's talk about that. So then you start your blog, and your blog is crafting. What is your blog?
My blog is craft projects. Yep. So
Okay.
I do tutorials on there. I list a supply list. I do a little intro, and then I basically take pictures and do the steps. And now I link to a Facebook Live because usually those are the same projects.
Okay.
And they're short and sweet, and people make my projects.
Okay. And how often are you doing a new project?
Since I started going live on Facebook and like my group and everything, I have like 300 projects in my backlog to get on my blog. I try to get them.
Wait, let's talk about this. So you go live on your Facebook page or in your Facebook group? Explain.
Both. I go live on my Facebook page to get new people to discover me.
Okay.
I found that Facebook pushes the lives out more than any post or anything I'm going to do, even pre-recorded videos.
And so are you monetizing those? Does Facebook pay you?
Yes.
Okay. And is that lucrative?
It can be. My page is still very small. I only have 14,000 followers, which is really small.
Okay.
So I could see how once it gets bigger, it could be.
Okay. So let's go back. So you are going live on your business page to get people to find you.
Yes.
And you're doing this how many times a week?
Between 2 and 7. It just depends.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you go live
sometimes when I'm feeling it, I'll go live every day.
Really? How long are you going live each time?
About 20 minutes to sometimes it could be like an hour and a half.
Wow.
I try not to be live that long, but sometimes I do the project from start to finish.
Okay. Then you also have a group and you go live in your group?
Yes.
Those
are scheduled.
Is this your private group that we'll get to? Or is this another
that's my
group?
private group.
So
no,
you don't
that's
have
my private group.
Okay. And then you're sending people. So the goal of your Facebook page and going live on Facebook is one, you get to monetize it from Facebook, like Facebook pays you for these videos. Do they like short videos? Do they like long videos? Can you see which Facebook pays you more for?
Definitely live videos.
Live videos for a long period of time or short period of time?
About an hour is like my sweet spot.
Okay.
The pre-recorded videos, I notice I'll find people who don't come on the lives. It's like a different type of person. It's like that likes the pre-recorded one. So I like to do about like one a week of those just to try to like get out to different people who maybe don't have time to watch an hour-long live.
Got it. Do you edit those or are those just okay? So these are like videos you are editing to put up on Facebook.
Yes, they're like YouTube style, I call it.
Okay, can I ask you how much on average does Facebook pay you for a video?
So a live can make anywhere from, it's so random and I don't have it figured out. Like some will make $10 and then I've had one video that's made $250. So I can imagine pages that have like hundreds of thousands of followers are making thousands of dollars on their videos easily.
Okay. Does this inspire you? You feel like I need to grow this? Because
I look at the Facebook, like at the ad revenue that Facebook gives you as like the pocket change, because I'm going to grow my page to find more people, to get them to love my crafts and get them in my private group. That's my goal. I'm not going live on Facebook for the ad revenue. It's just like, oh, it's extra.
So this is lead gen, right? Lead generation.
Yes. Yep. Lead gen.
You are then going live a bunch of times on Facebook to get people to discover you, to go to your blog.
That's one reason.
For your blog, are you making money via ads? Is it all again to get people into your group? Because we're going to talk about your membership. So explain the journey.
I get my blog is like my home base. I own that, and it's how everything kind of started, like right after my Etsy store. And I take a lot of pride and joy in my blog and I put a lot of effort into it and I want to get people there. So yes, I absolutely want to get them from my Facebook page to my blog, but usually they're not going there to get in my group. They're going straight from Facebook to my group.
Okay. Do you still have an active Etsy shop?
Yes, but it does not have anything handmade in it. It just has, like, I call it swag. So it has like crafty, I have a crafty AF t-shirt and like an apron, and I sell napkins in there. So it's things that I'm not like hand making anymore. Just kind of like complements my business.
And is it making money? Are you getting sales?
A little bit. I have not had the time. It's working full time. There's so many things. It's another thing I want to do more with is my Etsy store.
Starting tomorrow.
Yeah. Monday, technically. Tomorrow's my last day.
Okay. Monday, you can start digging in all these different areas.
Yeah.
So you make your blog and you start putting crafts there. And at this time, you're starting to go live on Facebook as well. I'm trying to figure out like the chronology of your journey.
Yeah. So after I took Elite Blog Academy, I really for a long time, like tried to fit into like the traditional business bubble of like, I need to make an online course and I tried, and it was no one wants a course on like how to organize their craft stuff. They just don't. And so that's when I discovered Facebook Lives and crafting. And I saw people had mostly like subscription groups, but there was like a physical aspect where they would ship the kit to them. And I was like, I wonder if I could do a group.
Ooh, okay. So you have this idea, I'm going to do a group. Yeah. At what point? Yeah. So you start, at what point in your journey do you think I could do a group?
I started my blog in 2020 about trying to figure out what to do for about a year. So in about the beginning of 2021, I started thinking about it.
Okay. And if you were to say that you're a crafter, but like you specialize in this kind of craft versus this, what is it?
I specialize in doing like budget crafts, like Dollar Tree crafts, like making things that you can find at the store for way cheaper. And what I think makes me unique, because people tell me that, is that I don't fit into the traditional farmhouse like decor style. I am like color rainbow. I'm obsessed with sunflowers, and like people know me as that the girl that's like super bright and cheery and energetic, and that's kind of where I fall into.
So you say, I'm going to start a membership, and then what? What kind? Like you go, okay, I'm going to start a membership, crafting membership.
Yeah. I knew I did not want to ship things to people. I just didn't think that I would have the bandwidth to do that. And I'm like, I don't even have like a Glowforge to make kits. I'm like, how am I going to do this? I'm like, I had that in my head thing. I'm like, no one's going to pay me to go live with me because I already do that. And so I started listening to what everyone was asking me. I'm like, okay, they're always asking me, what time are you going live? What do you have a supply list for that? And I'm like, I don't have time to give people this stuff. So I was like, what if I started a group? And I was scared to do it as a membership. So in October of last year, I started it as like a 1 month, I called it October Craft Extravaganza. I'm like, come craft with me for a month. We'll do 4 different crafts. In my head, I knew that I wanted to turn it into a membership, but I want to see if anybody would even sign up or do it first before I like planned and did all this stuff for it. So I did it as the 1 month. I had
How many
22
people? I was going to say, how many people and where did you advertise it? How did you get these 22 people?
I started talking about it before I announced it. I said, I'm planning something really, really fun for you guys. You're going to love it. I'm telling you, you're going to love it. I just like really, really got the excitement up because I was really excited. And I pumped it up a lot. And then I launched it to them, like basically my Facebook page. Every time I would go live, I think I probably talked about it probably like all of August, I would say. All right. I'm sorry, all of September because it was in October. And throughout every time I would go live, I would talk about it. I kept posting about it. I think I might have ran Facebook ads, but I still don't know what I'm doing with Facebook ads. I just do it because I figure why not try it? Maybe one day I'll get it. So I think I might have ran a few Facebook ads. I sent emails to my email list. And
how many people on your email list?
Like about 3,500.
Wow.
At that time, there wasn't that many. There was probably like 2,000.
Okay. And how were you growing your email list? Through your going live on Facebook?
I have an opt-in on my blog, like a email craft challenge, like complete a craft in 5 days. So it's like a pop-up that comes up on my blog. And then I try to promote it on my Facebook page a lot too. I feel like most of the people on my page are on my email list because, well, I'm sure we'll talk about the way I launch my group is through there. So it gets them on my email list.
Got it. So you now say, I'm going to do this October crafting extravaganza. And you get 22 people and explain what this was.
We did, I set it up the same way I wanted to do the membership. So we did 4 crafts. We did like 1 fall, 1 Christmas, 1 Halloween, and then like 1 every day. We did 1 Zoom, which we did like a bow making workshop on Zoom. And then I had 1 guest crafter come in and we did like a guest crafter.
So wait, so you show up 6 times, 4 times on Facebook in a private Facebook group.
Yeah.
1 Zoom.
And then
so that you could see everybody's faces and stuff.
Yeah, we did Zoom. So they could talk to me. I could talk to them. They could ask me questions like while they're making their bows. I could give them help, like live feedback.
Okay. And now this
live with somebody as a guest crafter, and she taught me how to do something that I don't specialize in.
Nice. Then it ends, or it's coming to an end. And what do you think?
I'm thinking I want to turn this into a real membership. So I offered it to them at like a dead cheap price. It was $10. I wanted to make it a no-brainer. Because I wanted to lock them in so that I could really get it started and then have something to build off of. If I did it too expensive and no one joined, then I felt like I was back at square one. Like, what do I do now? And I think I want to say like almost not every single person, but most of the people did join.
And then you said, I'm going to do it in a private Facebook group. How did you set it up as a membership?
Everything is on Facebook. I just did the payment through ConvertKit, like I said. And then everything was literally, when they bought it on ConvertKit, it would send them the welcome email. The welcome email would give them the link to join the Facebook group, the password for the Facebook group, and then like some other information. And then they would click the link to join. And then on the Facebook group, I had questions set up. What email did you use to pay for the group? And what is the password?
Great.
And then I would approve them.
Great. I think what is so nice about what you created is you did it down and dirty. And I am a big fan. With MiloTreeCart, our payment platform, very much like ConvertKit, you can start a membership, same idea. You can connect actually your ConvertKit to it to send that thank you email. And same idea. I say if you're starting a membership, do it in a Facebook group. Now people get all freaked out because Facebook is like boo and privacy and whatever, but people know Facebook. So you're not fighting people to get, you were just saying, oh, I should move it to a membership platform. And I go, yeah, I see both sides. On one hand, you can get them all in this nice kind of shiny little space. On the flip side, you then have to get them to download an app, to go see you over there, to have a new login or password. And that can be very tricky. I was talking to somebody else who has a very big, successful group, and she said that she felt kind of embarrassed because she was still doing it in a private Facebook group, but the switching costs were too high. And then to get people to go over to a new platform felt too risky. And everybody kind of knows Facebook.
Yeah. I don't think I would ever let go of tech is an issue. I don't, my audience is like a little bit older women, not old, but I think tech is just not the best. They're not the best at it. Honestly, I love them to death, my people, but it will be very difficult to get them over there. It would be a challenge. And I think I would always keep it in my Facebook group, like until I couldn't, but I would like to have a portal because I'm afraid that I don't want to lose all my stuff. You know, I have a lot of projects in there. And if I did lose my Facebook page, I would lose all those videos. So I need something on the side. I should at least be downloading them or something,
them.
you know,
Download
have them anywhere right now. I don't have them anywhere. That's what I say is dangerous.
Okay. You roll it out as a membership. Most of the 22 people come with you. And then what? You say, I'm going to continue to, so explain how the whole thing works and then explain how you were able to grow it.
So I had however many people, I can't remember the exact number. I want to say like 20 people that followed me over. And then I introduced it to the people who weren't in the private group with me, and it was $15 for them. So I promoted it for so this is the next month, so most of November, and I got most of the people in there. And you know, I already had a lot of testimonials, so I gave them the testimonials. I was really going to up the price to 20 in the new year, so I was like, this is your chance. It's just started. It's a first, you know, you guys are going to help me build it, because I didn't really know exactly what it was going to be yet. I was like, you're going to help me build it. You'll get feedback. And then I'm going to officially launch it like in the new year. And at that time, it'll be going up to $20. So if you even think you want to join, you know, come join now. And I think I got it up to about like maybe like 30 people or so, 35 people. And then in the new year, I officially launched it, but I still didn't do like what I'm doing now. I did it bigger in the sense that I talked about it a lot more. I had it a little bit more planned out.
And now you're charging $20 in the new year?
20, yeah.
Okay. 20. And what do people get? Because they're not getting a box of crafts. They're not getting craft supplies.
They're getting a private group. They're getting, you know, it's really intimate in there. They have like all access to me. I don't think it's so much about what they're getting as the crafts as the community that we've built in there. It's like, we're literally like family. Like there's people who have been in times of need and they've reached out to them. They have made really good friends with each other and myself in there. And I think that like 80% of it is just the community and what they're getting. It's not the same as my regular Facebook page. You know, it's just more close knit. And then of course, we do a more tactical aspect. They're getting the 4 crafts with me, a supply list, any questions that they have with me. They get the Zooms. We're going to be doing things like we just started. It's called Crafty Secret Sister. And it's kind of like a gift exchange, but it goes all year long. And you have one person and you're responsible for their birthday. So you get them a birthday gift. You might get them a Christmas gift. You wish them a happy birthday in the group and let them be recognized. We will be having a Christmas party virtually and doing an ornament exchange. So all that goes on in my private group that the people on my main page don't get access to.
I want to take a short break because I am talking all about digital products, and you might be thinking, yeah, but I don't have an idea for a digital product. I don't even know what to create. Cool. Get my digital product personality quiz because it will help you. Go to MiloTree.com/quiz, fill it out, and figure out what your personality tells you to create. Then use our worksheet that we've attached for you to start to ideate. You can come up with a digital product in no time and then go test it. Go to MiloTree.com/quiz. And now back to the show. How many people now are in your membership?
109 right now.
Wow. And they're all women?
All women, yeah.
Any men? No men?
No men. No, I think I have 2 men followers on my regular page. That's it.
Oh, how funny. Now, you give them a craft list with affiliate links, by the way?
Yes, with affiliate links.
Okay.
I
And
always encourage them to use what they have though, because crafting can become very expensive. And I always try to give them alternatives if they don't have things. I never make it something that they're like required to purchase these things to make the craft, but I give them links if they need to, of course.
and when you go live on Facebook, they can't really talk to they can't see each other, right? They're just typing in comments.
Yeah, it's just typing in comments.
So where do they really connect? Is it in the monthly Zoom calls, like where they get to see each other, or do you feel like they are able to connect in the Facebook group?
Connect in the comments. I mean, there's times that because on a Facebook Live, when they comment, it comes up separate, and I'll read a comment and I'll like, what are you guys talking about? I don't know. And I realize they're having a whole conversation amongst themselves. They're not even talking to me.
How
so yeah,
funny.
definitely connect in the comments.
And you're going through the steps, and are they crafting along with you? Are they saying, wait a minute, where do I put this piece? I can't figure it out. Or
everybody does it different. So there are some people who craft along with me, and yes, they will. That's something I don't do on my page. I won't like slow down and stop what I'm doing and wait for people to catch up, but I'll stop. I'll wait for them to catch up. I'll help them through whatever. Some of them watch the whole thing first and then craft afterwards. And then some of them kind of like start with me, and then when they kind of get behind, they kind of step back and watch. So everyone does it different.
And how long do you go live for these crafts?
In my group, usually at least an hour in my group, between an hour and 2 hours. 2 hours is like the longest live I've done in there. I don't like to be live that long. I feel like it's too long to sit and craft.
Okay. And then what is different about the Zoom call versus the Facebook lives?
So on the Facebook lives, we do like an actual project from start to finish, and you have something to display, afterwards. On the Zooms, well, of course we get to meet face to face. We chat for the first 15 minutes and at the end for 15 minutes. So we just kind of hang out. We bring our beverage, coffee, wine, to whatever you want to bring. And then we work on like a specific skill or technique. Like, so we'll do like bow making one time, or we'll do something called like faux rust finish, like how to make something look rusty, or how to make something. So it's like a how to, and it's like experimenting and testing it out and showing, wait, does this look right? Oh, maybe add a little more black, or, so it's more like working on a technique.
Now, when you started this, were we in the midst of the pandemic? I can't tell time anymore. Like, were we home or not home?
It was the end of 2021. So no, I often feel like if I had started a little bit earlier, man, I could have grown a lot quicker, but shoulda, coulda, woulda,
Right. That was my question. When we were home, I started a membership kind of because I was lonely or I felt disconnected. And I didn't want to talk about the pandemic anymore. I wanted to show up with people and talk about blogging and business building and not be political or not get into it. It was too depressing or too like upsetting.
Yeah.
That we were also freaked out. I didn't want to talk about that. I wanted to be like down in the, I don't know, much more like here and now and something that we could all bond over, but that was building our businesses. Like that seems so positive to me.
Yeah. Because you can focus on your choice to what you want to focus on. Do you want to focus on the bad things? You want to focus on growing and take advantage of the time at home.
Yeah. What I think is interesting that you've shared is that people you think they're not even coming for the crafts. They're coming for the community.
I think they're coming for the crafts and staying for the community.
Oh, there you go. Coming for the craft. Yeah. I like that. Coming for the crafts.
They don't realize until they get in there. They're like, what? I think that's like the retention. I think my retention is pretty high. I don't have the exact rate. I need to figure it out. But I know they're like, oh my God, like they feel like they'd be lost without the group kind of.
And what's interesting about that is that it's not about your back library. Do people go back and watch older videos, or are they really here for the here and now?
Sometime when they first get in the group, I'll notice like comments on, all the old videos, but I think that's kind of like a binge thing and they're excited, but mostly the here and the now.
Again, for people listening to this who are thinking, oh, I'd like to start. This is what I'm hoping our conversation does. I'm hoping it inspires people to go try this and set it up in a weekend. Go get MiloTreeCart is an easy way to get your people, set up your sales page, and then go make it on the fly in a private Facebook group or someplace really easy. And you don't have to have a back library.
People go, they love building it. They love having that say in what it's going to be. They feel like they're growing it with you,
Do they get to say, hey, I'd really like to do some felt crafting, or I'd really like to do something where we make wreaths, or do they get a say in how you decide?
When I launched the group, when I do like my big launch, we play bingo, and some of the bingo squares are send me one craft idea, send me one Zoom idea. So I always pull, at least once a month, I'll pull from the ideas that they have sent me that they want to do.
And so they feel seen and heard.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Now, how are you growing it over time? Can I join anytime, or do you do this open and closed cart?
I've been doing open and closed cart. I'm at the point where I think I have never tried keeping it open, or maybe just like every month letting people in. So I think I'm going to try that, but I've been doing a big launch every 3 months. And something we do in my group, I didn't even mention this, is that we do weekly challenges. The group is really fun too. I think that's something else that's different. It's not just crafting. Like, we have a lot of fun in there. We submit their crafts, and then everyone who submits the craft for that week gets on a wheel and they win points, and the points are to buy swag for my Etsy shop. And so I was trying to think, like, how can I get people to see how fun the group is? Like, I can tell them what's in it tell them what's in it all day long, but they don't really get the feel of how fun it is. So I decided we would do a huge version of a challenge on my page for everybody to do. And then at the end of that challenge, I would invite them into my private group. So I do a huge challenge. I call it the Craft Completion Challenge. And a lot of the struggles my audience has is that they can't seem to just get any crafts done. Like, they get started and they have like 15 unfinished ones, or they don't have the confidence to really go through it and finish. And so I give them a supply list. I'm really, really involved. Like, I go live talking about the supply list, saying exactly what they need. If they have any questions about it, do they need help finding items? We do it over 2 days instead of one, because I don't want anybody to get overwhelmed. I would craft together. I have it in a private Facebook group, like a free private Facebook group. I did that new. I used to do it all on my regular page, but it got too messy. And then we have a huge challenge with tons of prizes. I go live announcing the winners. There's prizes all throughout.
How do you have to finish the craft? Like, what are you motivating people? So you have to finish the craft and show it and be like, look, here it is. Or
you post it in the group for everyone to see, but then there's an actual designated post to submit it, where that's where I pull the names for the wheel, because the grand prize is actually a 3-month membership in my group.
Got it. And how many people do you get to do this?
So it's gone from like 100 to 300 to 400 people signed up. And then we went from like 50 to like 100, and then 150 actually completing the project and submitting it.
Wow.
And then I do like a parade at the end, or I put all their projects into like a slideshow so they can see them all completed next to each other.
Wow.
And then I invite them in.
And then how many will convert?
I have all these numbers up, they're on my computer, but the first time I had a 50% conversion rate. I had 65 people submit photos, and I had 34 people join my group. Wow. But it went down from there. That was like, oh my God. It's gone. Like, I had out of like 120 submissions, there was about 42 people who joined the group afterwards.
And what you're trying to do is give people a taste of what it's like in the group. So they get the fun, and they get the excitement, and they get your passion, and they get prizes, and it's a party.
Motivation going. They've gotten started. Like, oh my God, I forgot how much a lot of people are getting back into crafting. And they're like, I forgot how much I loved this. And then I gave them their confidence gets up, and then they feel like they can do it.
I was recording with another woman talking about memberships. And tell me if you agree with this. As the leader of the group, you're like a camp counselor.
Definitely.
Like, you're a teacher, but it's a little bit more, it's not as teachery as it is, come be in this supportive group. Let's all sing together, and I'll lead you in the song and teach you the hand motions. And if you're the person who's kind of at the edge of the circle and not fully engaged, I might walk over to you and lead you back into the group. And we're all going to sing the song together. Is that accurate?
It really is, because you're just like mentoring and guiding everybody, and you're there to do it with them, not just show them. So I think that's a great analogy. Yeah.
So out there, if you're listening to the podcast and you think of yourself as a camp counselor, that's something you really like to do, think about what Amanda's building, because you're building that community, that spirit of like connectedness with you guiding people.
Yeah.
So let's talk about what else you are building, because you also have another membership and you have all these ideas.
Sorry, my Alexa just went off. So I started, one of the things that we do a lot is craft with napkins. And it's like decoupage. And as a crafter, you have to buy packs of napkins and you use like one or maybe two. You have like so many napkins left over. And I always find really cute napkins. And one of the questions I get the most is, where to get your napkins? Can I have them? I use them as gift-aways a lot of times because that's what everybody wants. And instead of just putting them in my Etsy store, I was like, I wonder if I start a subscription. And it's really beneficial to them as well, even more so than me. It's very affordable, but they don't have to buy packs. They get one of each. They get 18 napkins, and then they save money in the long run. So I launched that in August. I got feedback first. Would anybody be interested, by a simple Facebook poll? Would anybody be interested in this? And then I got tons of interest. I asked if they would want to do like just the napkins and keep it super affordable, or if they would rather have like a crafting component. Like I didn't want to do too much because I have my group, but do them maybe like once a month where I'll show you how to use one of the napkins, and it'll be a little bit more costly. And everybody said more affordable. We just want the napkins. I was like, yes. And so I did it as like an invitation only because I wanted to be exclusive and of course get people to sign up. But I also wanted to have some sort of idea. I really didn't know if I needed 20 napkins or 200. And I just wanted to get some sort of idea. So I got everybody, you have to be on this wait list in order to get invited. I'm not going to announce it to my main page. So I got, I think like 300 people on the wait list for it.
Wow.
And I only sent the emails to them, and thus there was some left over. I did end up able to offer it to my Facebook, my regular page, but I just sent emails out. Do you want this? It's a starting thing. It's going to be $23. It's shipping's included. You get 18 napkins.
Wait. Okay. Are you going to stores or online and buying napkins, and then you are combining 18 different packs of napkins, like picking one from each pack and putting them together and shipping them?
Yes, me and my twin boys packed out. I had 71 people sign up the first time, and we packed all 71 together and shipped them out like factory style.
Wow. And where are you buying these napkins?
Marshall's, Home Goods, TJ Maxx. Sometimes I'll get them on Amazon. I found a few websites that I might be getting them on in the future, like European Excellency is one. I don't have enough people to go like wholesale yet, but that's ultimately, once I can buy wholesale, my options are going to be way more.
Okay, this is so cool. So you're using napkins in your crafting, and you go, hey, I have this idea, because you end up with this problem. You have too many napkins at the end of the day. And so what are you going to do with them? And you thought maybe other people are having this problem, and you wouldn't have come up with this if you weren't actively using your napkins in your crafting. And are you now more actively using napkins in crafts, because that way you can create a demand for your product?
Yeah, because I've only done this once, and they shipped out, and I'm actually in the middle of a launch right now. I don't really launch it. I don't really call it a launch, but it's open right now, and they'll be shipping the first week in November. So I had 18 napkins. So I was definitely very intentional about crafting with those 18 napkins so that people have a hard time finding them too. They're always, where did you get those? Oh, my Home Goods has nothing. And I am really good at finding the napkins, I guess.
And is this like a monthly subscription, or was this a one-off?
Quarterly. So every 3 months. So they ship before like each major season. Last time it was like fall and Halloween and like some regular napkins. This time it's going to be like Christmas. I threw in a few Valentines because the next shipment will be late.
I have to say, I went to your website after we connected, and I saw the napkin subscription, and I did not understand what it was. I was like, what do you mean she's selling napkins? I was like, is this for parties? What is this? So
If you're not a crafter, yeah, it would be hard to understand.
That is, but again, it's such a specific thing and an idea that you thought about and that you tested, and people raised their hand and said, I will buy that from you.
Yeah. And it's saving them a ton. I love that. Of course, it's a business and I want to make money and everything, but I love that it's actually really, really helping them out too, because they get 18 different napkins for $23. If they wanted to buy 18 packs, it'd be way more than $23. So it's really is a win-win, this one.
And that you're building off of what's already working. I say this all the time, my broken record. the way you build your product empire, I call it a digital product empire, although this is a physical product on top, is look for things that you can, that are working, and find the next thing that would be working, building off of what's working. And it might not work, but then try something else.
Yeah. Your audience really does tell you. And sometimes you have to look for it. Like they're not going to say, oh, I want this. But anytime they're asking you something, I have a rule. Like if I hear a question like 3 times, I think like, how can I do something with this question? Like, what can I do with it? It might not always be a paid product, but just in general, it means there's probably more people out there who are wondering that same thing. And it could be a key to something.
Let's talk about now that you've quit your job and tomorrow is your last day, where are you most excited in your business? Like what ideas are you having in the shower that you go, I should do that?
That's so funny that you say that, because I just had an idea in the shower this morning that I wanted to do. Like, I want to do some more one-off workshops to try to catch the people that maybe don't want to do a subscription. They don't have the time or the money maybe. And I just decided Christmas is coming up. People struggle with bows. I've done a bow workshop in my private group, but I want to do like a workshop on my main page. So I just thought of that this morning, and I'm going to do that. And then I have a whole list now of other workshops that I might potentially want to do.
Well, here's
so
the thing.
Like one-offs.
Record it, and then you can resell it as a mini course. Once it's live, like you've got it now, you've got this asset. And my hunch is, let's say like in November, let's say you do it in November, go wait 3 weeks, sell it again as a recording.
Oh yeah, that's genius.
And you could also then transcribe it and make an ebook, or who knows. So think about how you could build off of that. Maybe you sell, I don't know, some ribbons as like how you're selling napkins.
Oh yeah. It's a great idea. I wouldn't even think to really resell something like that, to be honest with you, because it will be live. I would do it live. So maybe I would not do it live then. Maybe I would do it pre-recorded. I'd have to work through that.
Yeah, or try both.
Like that idea to that.
Yeah. Okay. So you're thinking about a bow workshop for Christmas. Anything else that you're thinking about?
I really want to. My website was built like using the University of Google to try to figure out how to do it. I really want to get it looking a little more professional. You probably noticed it's not that great. I mean, it does the job. I want to get it a lot prettier, and I have tons of projects backlog that I want to get up on the blog. I would love to qualify for Mediavine like early next year. My goal is by June of next year to qualify for Mediavine. I want to move off of Etsy because I'm sending all the traffic. I'm sending it. It's not coming from Etsy because it's just like my kind of stuff. I want to get into like a Shopify store. My list is so long of things I'm excited to do. It really is. I want to start getting more guest crafters in my group because that's something they really enjoyed. Build it up, build this napkin membership. Yeah, I have a lot, too much. Probably, I think I'm going to have all this time once I quit, but I know I'm going to be just as busy.
And how does it feel to be starting to quit your job because you can now afford to with your online business?
It's petrifying because people always say, what's the one thing you're scared to do? And I'm like, I've done it. I'm not scared of anything. What do I do next? I'm like, wait, the one thing I'm scared to do is to quit my job. So that means that's the thing I'm supposed to do. So then I just decided to do it. I'm barely there financially, but I know that with 40 more hours a week, I could do so much more. And I just have the faith. I just trust that it's going to work.
And how do you manage your time up to this point? How have you been managing your time with twins? How old are your twins?
11.
11. Given that you're going live all the time and doing blog posts and being there for your group and shipping napkins, when do you
I wake
work?
up at 4 a.m. every day. I wake up at 4 o'clock and I work from 4 to 9 a.m. on my business every single day. Even on the weekends, I wake up at 4. Sometimes I wake up at like 6, and then I work all day. And then after work, I'll go live. I'll do like responding to Facebook comments, things that don't take that much like brain power. And then I go to bed very early, like 9 p.m. And then I do it all over again. And I work most weekends.
Wow. And do you feel like it's a grind?
I don't know if it's because I know the end is here, but this past few weeks, I feel like I cannot do it anymore. I'm exhausted. Wow. So I think it's just because I can see the end. That's why, that I'm like, no.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a grind, but I say to my kids all the time, yeah, I'm sacrificing now so that we can enjoy it later. The alternate option is to just stay at this corporate job that I hate that makes no money.
Wow. Wow. I'm so inspired by this conversation.
Aw.
Amanda, if people want to reach out to you, learn more about what you're doing, where should they go?
Manda Panda projects on everything. I'm on TikTok, trying to do it there, my website, mandapandaprojects.com, and Facebook is definitely where I hang out the most, and Manda Panda Projects.
Love it. Well, Amanda, I have to say, I'm so glad we met on Instagram. And thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you so much, Jillian. You have a fabulous day.
I hope you guys like this episode. I found Amanda so positive and inspiring. I love that she is leaving her job to go pursue this new life. And notice she is selling directly to her audience. The entrepreneurs I interview on my podcast who are the most successful all sell products and services. So I am not surprised that Amanda's business is growing like it is. If you're interested in selling to your audience, check out MiloTreeCart. It is the easiest platform to sell on. It is built for you, non-techies. We did this on purpose. Plus, we are there to help you in any way we can. We offer you resources that are insane. And there is a no-risk 30-day money-back guarantee. So go check it out, MiloTreeCart.com. Got questions? Email me at Jillian@MiloTree.com. And I will see you here again next week.